How's it going, everyone? I'm meteorologist Nate Morris with your weekly weather forecast for the Chelmsford area. I want to start out today by reviewing the eclipse that we had on Monday. I actually got the chance to drive up to Rangeley, Maine. It was about a 3-hour, 40-minute drive for me. We left around 4 a.m., got there just before 8 a.m., hung out the whole day at this gas station along the road, and then around 3:30, this was my view. It was unbelievable, one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Really just kind of indescribable. You'll hear a lot of people say that. As you can see, it kind of looked like a sunset. It was a 360 sunset, and then up top, you could actually see Venus. A lot of people confused it for Jupiter because we're very used to seeing Jupiter in our night sky at this time of year, but it was actually Venus. And right there, you can see the beautiful solar eclipse. This is a close-up photo. Really doesn't do it justice. You can see the sun's corona around here with the moon in the middle, and up close to the naked eye, you could actually see these are called prominences, which is like a solar flare erupting from the sun's surface, only visible to the naked eye during a total solar eclipse. And then again, you can see the sun's corona around it. It was just spectacular. The best way I can describe it was everything got really dark, everything got really cold, temperature dropped almost 20 degrees, which surprised me. Got very quiet, not a whole lot of wind, which also surprised me. I thought the winds would pick up because of the change in thermal radiation occurring, but it was the opposite. And the sun looked like almost a giant black hole sunflower in space. It was really just otherworldly. Now, if you're tired of hearing about how amazing totality was and you're angry that you didn't get yourself to go up there, don't worry. Total solar eclipses, they're not in a once-in-a-lifetime event like a lot of people say. They actually happen every few years. The next one is going to be in 2026. It's going to cross up here from Iceland down into Spain. If you're not willing to travel that far, well, rather, this next one's going to be even farther, so I shouldn't say that. 2028, we're going to have one in Australia, and it's actually going to go directly over Sydney, so you're going to get some pretty awesome pictures with that. I'm so excited for that one. I might just have to get myself down there. If you don't want to leave the United States, 2033, we're going to have one in Northwest Alaska, if you're willing to go that far. If you don't want to go that far, but you want to stay in the States, 2045, I know, it's like 20 years away. Are you serious? 2045, we're going to have another transcontinental solar eclipse going from North California all the way down to the southeast through Florida. That's going to be amazing. And if you don't want to leave at all, guess what? If you wait 55 years to 2079, we're actually going to have a total solar eclipse go right over southern New England, which is just awesome. And it's going to be really early in the morning. So this is sunrise right here. So by the time it passes over us, it's going to be 6:07 a.m. So better wake up early. And since it's going to be in the morning, it's going to be low on the horizon, which means you want to get somewhere where there's not a whole lot of trees, maybe an elevated area. I would recommend Great Blue Hill Weather Observatory. They've got a great view up to 90 miles away, 60 to 90 miles away. Shout out Great Blue Hill. Another thing I want to talk about was the rain we had last week, Thursday into Friday. Friday morning especially, that rain got heavy at times. This is our rain totals as of Friday morning. It's pretty spread out. A lot of rain. See, this is about inch, maybe 2 inches. Look down here in Hartford, over 2 inches. The rest of us around this area, ranging from less than an inch to just over an inch. Here we go. This is a more close-up picture. North Chelmsford, just over an inch, but then right on the Merrimack, not much. Over in Billerica, barely anything. South Chelmsford, same as North Chelmsford, and then out in Westford, about half an inch. So it kind of just goes to show this was a pretty well spread out, sporadic storm. I shouldn't say well spread out. It was what we call multicellular, which means there was pockets of showers here and there, which explains such the disparity in rainfall totals. This is my backyard. This is my rain gauge Friday morning. I measured 1.3 inches, which I think is actually the most out of anyone in Chelmsford, so go me. Speaking of rain, today, Saturday, we do have some rain going on. It's not a lot. It's very, very thin, very well spread out. It's going to get into the mid-50s today. The rain's going to end around 2 p.m., and then it's just going to be cloudy. Tonight, those clouds stick. Might get some wind as that system passes through. It's a slow-moving system, but like I said, really, really weak. Winds, as you can see, only 10 to 15 miles per hour, which means gusts will probably be only 20 to 25. I'm not expecting anything too bad. Sunday is going to be nice in the morning, but then later some clouds move in as another rain system coming out of near Buffalo actually moves into our area. That's going to be a stronger line. Warm though, 62. Look at that. Finally getting into real spring weather. April showers. Sunday night, those April showers move in. This is going to be heavier than today, much heavier than Saturday, excuse me. So here we go, 8 a.m. Saturday. As you can see, most of this storm is to the west. Some snow up in upstate New York. Anything that we're getting is very small, very thin, very isolated. Now, Saturday evening, that rain pretty much stops for us. Now check this out. See this clear line between the precipitation? This is along the Green Mountains, Vermont, into the Berkshires. And this is what we call orographic lift, which is when this moisture air carrying all that rain and snow goes up the mountains, condenses as it gets colder, and then falls. But then as soon as it crosses over to what we call the leeward side, there's no more moisture to fall out, so it's dry. So that's pretty cool to see that sort of dividing line right along the mountains. So Sunday, it's looking good. Now look, here comes this stronger rain out of the Buffalo area. Gets to our place around 2 p.m. Sunday, and then look, it forms into this very nice line. So that's where we're going to have the heaviest rain, is right here, just before 6 p.m., around 4 or 5 p.m. That clears out, and then Sunday night, looking nice. Monday, looking even better. Tuesday, still nice, and then we're tracking this storm that's coming around the Midwest. This is probably going to be very similar to the storm we had last week, where you have sort of this frontal band followed by another one. See, this front band hits us 8 p.m. Wednesday, but then you have this other one coming up the next few days. So that'll affect us Wednesday into Thursday. Thursday afternoon, finally get a break, but then look, here comes Friday. And then Friday, noontime, another wallop. So, unfortunate. Here's something that's, in my opinion, even more unfortunate. Next weekend, we're actually looking at some colder than normal temperatures. Nothing we're not used to this past season so far, only 40 to 50 degrees here. This is a map of temperature anomalies, so this is not temperature itself. Blue means colder than normal, red means hotter than normal. Check that out. That's a very clear cold front of that system that comes by Thursday and Friday. So that weekend, look at this huge blast of cold air, relatively cold. It's obviously not freezing, but the entire East is going to be feeling that. So our 7-day outlook. Saturday today, some showers, very light, very spread out, not really a big deal. Sunday's looking good, but then Sunday night we're going to get a stronger line, so that's going to be kind of rough. Monday and Tuesday are going to be the best days of the week by far. Wednesday, good until some showers move in at night. Thursday, going to get a little break in between. Like I mentioned, there's that break between that first band of rain and that second stronger one. Second stronger one hits Friday. Temperatures, look at this, 68 on Tuesday. Can you believe it, folks? Finally there. Finally there. Next weekend, it's going to be a little colder, 40 to 50 degrees. We're going to see how that plays out. It might get a little warmer, I'm hoping, but I'll keep you up to date on that until next week. For Chelmsford Telemedia, I'm meteorologist Nate Morris.